Welcome back, Media Junkies.
Welcome. Hello. I think we can start off by explaining what's going on with the mics today.
There's only there's only two mics because somebody didn't misplace theirs because he's an idiot.
And then he brought his Yeti mic as a replacement.
And then it broke.
Sure, let me take a picture.
If you don't know who we're talking about here, we're talking about Luke Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who forgot his. Yeah, Willy Wonka himself forgot his own microphone.
I brought my Yeti mic. I was like, all right, that's fine. We'll just have a backup mic. Hunter and I are sharing, by the way. And I brought my Yeti mic because I was like, all right, I'm just gonna use that. And then I went to plug in the little cord we have for it, and the tip of the cord, like a little metal piece at the end that goes into it, broke off.
Yeah.
So which is like Hunter talked about that happening to him one time with something. I can't remember what it was, but I never have had that experience myself. Your heart does kind of drop. You're like, oh, oh no.
Yeah.
I had that happen once with my headset.
So Hunter and Luke are sharing a microphone today.
Yeti mic still is in whoa is in storage.
Yeah.
Trying to like so people can hear him at the same time.
They'll be able to hear him. You don't really have to. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I know I always say that, like, that hello thing. I found out that's from Dark Souls, and I didn't even know that. I just, like, heard it in a YouTube video.
Oh, really?
And I started saying it, and it's from Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Hello.
With Flash in this episode.
I know.
Okay, I should do that.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So for small talk, I'll start us off. I was already talking with Luke about it, but my PC's here. I unboxed it. I kind of set it up. I'm like halfway through setting it up right now. Haven't used it really at all yet. I have to go to Best Buy after this and get a power cord for my monitor because I lost my other one. So that's all good and dandy. Next episode, I'll have my review of it for you and tell you how it's going.
Your Starforge.
Your
Starforge PC.
Yep. And
yes, I remember talking about that because I did research on that guy.
Yeah. So that's exciting. That's really all I've got. What's going on with you guys?
Nothing much. Been playing the same games.
What games are those?
Just like, Deltarune and all that. I've been waiting for my sisters. I've been playing Earthbound, which is like an inspired Toby Fox's games. That's pretty good. But nothing much for me on it. It's been pretty nothing.
When's the Dark Souls 3 playthrough coming?
It'll come event. My birthday is coming up.
Okay.
Obviously, I already said that. So actually, I don't know if I said on the episode or not, but whatever.
Next episode,
Luke's
Luke's
birthday. So hopefully, if I get it then, and if not, I'll get gift cards, and I'll probably just end up buying that. At GameStop, it's like $20. So I'm like, well. But I also would have to require me to like figure out Xbox, you know. So, but I'm gonna do it because I really enjoyed DS1. I don't want to get too sucked in because I'm gonna want to dedicate all my time to Deltarune when it comes out. But it'll be summer by then, so whatever.
Yeah. Interesting. What about you, Hunter? What's going
on? I've been playing a couple same games. I've been playing Fortnite, Phasmophobia, and Minecraft. I've also been playing a little bit of Garden Warfare 2 again because that game is getting back on the rise.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's getting back on the rise. They're apparently adding an anti-cheat soon, which is like kind of like games coming back, which I'm excited for because the game was really fun. It's a game that actually stands up to time. It's been good for a long time. And I've been Pokemon unpacking again. I've been Pokemon unpacking again, and it's kind of fun. I've gotten some pretty cool cards, low-key.
Yeah.
I'll put them up right here. I'll send Austin a picture when I get home of like my greatest pulls I've gotten.
The more requests Austin gets, the less likely it is.
Yeah.
That is not true.
That is true.
Hey, the nice thing about this PC is it's not just for gaming. I'll be able to edit a lot smoother on it. So that gives me more incentive to actually want to edit stuff.
Right.
So yeah, there's that to look forward to as well.
Me and my friend went to Target. I think the same Target that I've been to for a while.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
That was funny. I don't care. I work at Target, everybody.
Okay. Well, I guess he works at Target. Yeah. I think I might have went to the same one that you went to.
Can you let me out of the well? Why is that okay to say? Like why wasn't it okay to say before?
Well, it's kind of part of policy that like you're allowed to say you work at Target on social media, but it's best just not to like really talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, so let's not talk about it. Next topic.
Yes, yeah.
I think I went to the same one. But yeah, we saw a scalper there.
Oh yeah, we see scalpers there a lot.
It's people are such losers. I don't like.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this, but I don't care about adults enjoying like
Right.
kid hobbies, like
Mhm.
collecting Pokemon or whatever. But it's when it gets to the point of them like stealing all of like the stuff, like
Mhm.
Pokemon cards and stuff like that, for kids who actually want to like collect too.
Right.
Yeah, that's when it just gets to like grow up.
Oh yeah. There's one dude that was standing there for like 10 minutes just shoveling everything into.
Yeah, the one that I went to has like a limit of 2 packs per person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Or 2 things per person, because you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where did they get the name scalpers?
because they scalp things, like they take everything off the shelves basically and then sell them for like a profit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the funny part is, okay, so me and my friend went to a Walmart like on Wednesday, right?
Okay.
And we got Pokemon. And then we went back to that same Walmart on Friday to see if there was any other Pokemon packs. And there was Pokemon packs we saw the last time that we didn't buy because obviously there wasn't like much stuff in the packs you can get.
Mm-hmm.
We go back on Friday, mind you, and everything, all the Pokemon from that set, gone.
Yeah.
It was 1, maybe 2 days from that time. How the heck
Yeah.
do you buy everything like that?
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but
Yeah.
people suck. So yeah. I mean.
I'm not. I misspelled improvise. Sorry, my mom's texting me. It's very important. There's lots of things going on right now at
Yeah.
my house. Hi.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're gonna do is to make this more streamlined. Hunter's gonna slide it over to me when it's my turn to talk, which is maybe you should explain the episode first, actually.
Yeah, go ahead. What are we doing today?
We're doing Moral Compass of
What?
some more characters, guys.
Guys, man.
I can't wait to see.
It really hasn't been that
We have
long,
some
actually.
pretty- We
How
have
long's
some
it been?
pretty cool characters in here,
We say it
which
hasn't been a long time, but, you know.
I mean, we did just do we did 2 Moral Compass episodes not that long
What?
ago, actually. Moral Compass part
Oh no, they're.
Moral Compass 2 part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. We can do whenever we want.
Yeah,
We're the
it's
ones that
just-
run this
Hunter
show.
hasn't really ever run a
I haven't done a Moral Compass yet, so
Mhm.
more Rumpus. Yeah,
I rarely get to play it, so I'm excited. to
yeah.
actually
You've only
get
played
to-
it one time, I think.
Yeah.
Because when he hosted for
And that was like a
Lucology,
mini one.
for not Lucology,
It was his Luke episode.
Yeah,
all
his-
those
yeah,
times.
Luktopia.
Flash.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, let's get into the first character.
We gotta assign us.
I'll tell you the character and then I'll sign you.
Okay,
Okay.
never mind.
All right.
Bill Cipher.
Yo.
Just kidding. Bill, I know, kidding. Bill Cipher, our favorite triangle.
Mm-hmm.
I have Luke as bad and Austin as good.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
That was rude of him to say. He has it
Whoever wants
written
to
on
go
this.
first?
Luke's
Yeah.
bad, Austin good.
Whoever wants to go first can go first.
Isn't it usually the one who has like the quote unquote easier job gets to go first?
Luke, I think you have the easier one. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll go.
all right.
Mhm.
Let's see. Bill Cipher is bad.
Yeah.
But the worst thing he did was he was defeated too easily, so that the show didn't go on for any longer. But I mean, you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So clearly one of the most powerful entities in like fiction,
Yeah.
and he uses his powers to take over the entire like world, or pretty much, to make Weird Mageddon, which admittedly is pretty cool, but coolness doesn't mean that it's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's my quote of the day. You can write that down.
Okay.
So yeah, he makes like a chair out of like bodies, doesn't he? Which is pretty morbid for a Disney show.
It is pretty morbid.
But I think it's indicative of his evil
Doesn't he
nature.
like rearrange people's faces? And
He does
stuff?
do that. Thank you, other
Yeah.
person, for telling me
Yeah.
that. good
Mhm.
team.
I don't know
person.
why I'm contributing. to
Yeah.
the argument.
He rearranges the orifices, but in general, like he manipulates people. He manipulates Gideon into summoning him, kind of, sort of, and he messes up Ford's journal. Spoilers! It messes up the journal writer's journal.
Yeah.
Spoiler for like the show that's like what, maybe more than 10 years old by now.
It's an old show, but it's a goodie. But it's good except for that Bill Cipher's bad.
Yeah.
He's bad. What if instead of good and bad, like how they were morally, it was a good and bad and how like they're written? Never mind.
Poor
That's
nigga.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
The point is, yellow is probably like one of the least popular colors, I'd say. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of yellow.
Yeah.
It's one of my least favorite colors.
He's also. Oh, I just got word that my podcast stuff is in the van.
Oh.
Wait, could she drop it off? Whatever. Bill Cipher. Listen. He's very manipulative. He is very rude to Dipper.
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah, he's a pretty bad dude. You mean if you don't want to encounter them in real life, then I think that probably means they're a bad person. So or a triangle, whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Very, very valid argument. But it's all wrong, of course. I am here to say that Bill Cipher is a very respectable triangle. On behalf of the triangle community, he's very well renowned, very kind, always contributes when he can. When he can. But apart from the triangle community's respect and his loyalty to them, Bill Cipher's just honestly a cool dude. I mean, he does use people as chairs, and he does rearrange their faces. But I'm here to dispute all of that. I mean, it's the end of the world. Most people would expect to die at the end of the world. So the fact that you get to serve a purpose at all is fair.
Who started the end of the world?
Sure, he started it, okay, but technically it was only the end of Gravity Falls, and whatever his intent may have been, sure, he was maybe trying to rule the entire world, but facts be as they are, he didn't. So intent doesn't matter. We don't know, what he could have done. That doesn't matter. The point is, Bill Cipher gave people a purpose better than, what were they doing before? Living in some hillbilly town, doing nothing, just being lame. Now they serve a greater purpose, being Bill Cipher's chair. And the whole rearranging people's faces, that guy didn't look that good anyway. So, I mean, rearranging his face, doing some... People rearrange their faces all the time. Reconstruction surgery.
I just had that literally yesterday. I'm not even making that up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, exactly. And he probably had Bill Cipher there to do it for him because he's a great guy. And he's a stand-up. He would do that for
whose
anybody.
face did you do that to again? Whose face did you do that to again?
What's his name's dad?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm still in the well, by the way, in case the listeners are wondering.
Another thing is Bill Cipher's got great humor. He's very funny. He's just overall great guy, and there's there's no reason to really not like him. And this was paid for and sponsored by the Triangle Committee.
The triangle
Association.
the pyramid scheme.
Yes. That's about it, really. I mean,
all right.
That's what I see.
Yeah. Okay, you can take it
Nice.
back now.
Beautiful.
On my microphone, by the
Yeah,
way. He burps
yeah.
on my microphone.
Mhm. Do we really do winners anymore?
We don't really
Is
do
that-
winners anymore.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We just kinda keep
Honestly, if I had to say, I think Austin's
Oh, yeah.
Austin's bit at the end where he says sponsored by the Triangle.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
I also like how Austin really focused on the chairs.
Also,
Yeah.
if you really think about it,
Yeah.
if you think about it, the person who started is technically Mabel.
What machine?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you give something that's so important to some random guy that has already tried to screw you over one time?
Mhm.
She was desperate.
But the future guy.
It was sad. It was a very sad episode.
Yeah.
It was a very sad episode.
Yeah, so let's go to the next one.
Let's go. Loser. I'm kidding. 6. Austin is
6
bad.
from
Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares.
Then
Did you forget? Or you...
No, so the listeners know.
Ah, okay.
Because 6
And-
is also a number.
really?
From the movie 9.
Yes.
Shut up. And Luke is good.
Thank you.
No,
Okay.
I meant as in like you're good.
Yeah, I just
as
gonna
in,
make that
like-
joke every time.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'm going first because I'm easier.
I suppose.
Because 6 is pretty bad.
Yes.
So,
So why?
6 is bad. 6. Hold on. Okay, come on now. 6 is a bad person because, first off, obviously the elephant in the room. She betrays Mono. Hanging off the cliff, the ledge there, and she just lets go of him.
Why did she do that?
Who knows why she did that? I mean, most people know why she did that, but
Oh,
anyway, she's just not a good person. You know, she's very selfish. It's actually been a while since I've played the game, so I'm trying to remember.
She does
other
very
stuff
like
that
the
she
first
did.
game is even worse.
She eats people. First off,
I think she's less morally gray than Mono is.
maybe.
We'll see.
She eats people because she's very hungry. She's a big back, as some people would say.
This new term we've colloquially.
Yeah,
whatever.
she eats. Well, I guess she doesn't eat the people. She eats the little gnome guys, which is very rude. They're gnomes, the little skittery guys.
Like Everhood.
It's like they're so nice to her. The gnome even offers a piece of like food to her, and she still she doesn't even eat the food. She just eats him.
Yeah, why
And
did
it's
she
really
do that?
messed up. And she eats like dead rats and stuff, and that's just gross.
Yeah.
No one wants to
Hopefully
see
the
that.
third game will let us know like why she did any of this.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see.
maybe not. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much
Okay,
it.
okay.
She's just bad. She's a bad person.
Okay, counter objection.
Okay.
I think she's a good person, because first of all, you're playing as her, and why would you be playing as a bad guy?
That never happens.
That never has happened once.
No.
In anything. In addition, she is a lot of her actions can be attributed to the fact that she's very desperate. She's in this environment. It's an unfamiliar environment. She has no clue why she's there or what she's doing, and she's trying to escape. She doesn't know who she can trust or where to even go next. And so some of her actions are perhaps a bit like over the top and reckless, but they all serve a purpose. Sorry. She helps out Mono for most of his adventure. It was only one time she did something that wasn't helpful. So does one bad thing negate all the other good things that she did for him? That's the question you gotta look into yourself and ask.
I guess so.
Does one bad thing makes a person bad? Or
that's more on the philosophy kind of side.
Exactly.
Of things,
It's important to think about this. Her name is Six. That's very strange. Why is her name Six? Maybe someone should look into that. I was gonna see if I could spin that into being evidence, but I couldn't.
Yeah. 666.
Is the
That's why she's bad.
no? Oh man. No. Listen. Again, why would you play as? What are her intentions anyway? We don't even really know what her intentions were in the first place, right? So, except for that she wanted to leave where she was. So why why are we attributing all these things to her being bad? What if those gnomes were actually scheming and they're bad? Well, they're bad.
Yeah.
Just don't play the DLC.
Yeah. Because that'll answer all the questions.
I think that's it. I think I've pretty solidly stated my case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think both of our arguments were pretty bad, honestly.
That was a rough one. They're very morally gray.
That's what I was saying. I think Mono and her would be better.
Well, whatever. I think we've got enough characters. So go away.
The next character, I think we all know who this is.
Hunter. Hunter.
We have Austin for good.
Okay, great.
And Luke for bad.
All right. I can't wait to see how this goes.
do the thing I did when I was like, you both have to say good.
No,
Yeah.
because okay. Well, whatever the easiest to you guys.
The easier one. I'm kidding.
I believe that Hunter's good. Hunter's a good person. He comes here. He has the mixer. So I'm kind of obligated to say it because if I don't say that he's good, he could take the mixer away and then we won't have a podcast anymore.
Interesting that you'd say that.
aside from that, he's also just good because he's very friendly. He's always very talkative on the podcast, always contributing to the conversation.
Is that funny, Hunter? You just
Is
did
that funny?
A little chuckle.
No, I heard that. Always contributing to the conversation, always spicing up the topic.
Spicy.
Always he's just a great guy all
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on?
Listen, Austin
Oh no.
doesn't know Hunter.
He's threatening me, but
Austin
in a nice
doesn't.
way.
Austin doesn't know Hunter as well as I do outside of the podcast because I go to hockey games with Hunter, and let me just say, the person he is on the podcast is not the person he is at hockey. He is cussing and swearing and beating up children.
What?
Like
With a hockey stick?
Yes, the hockey games
Oh,
are
no.
bad, dude.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
not like even taking advantage of the fact that he's not at the mic right now and can't dispute any of this. Yeah, but yeah, he'll like go to like if you know if our team doesn't get a good score, he'll jump up in the air and start screaming swear words and
Oh, wow.
start kicking and screaming.
I did not
I've
know
had to
that.
drag him out multiple times. Actually, that's why he invites me because I have to be like his because it's too much for his
You're the voice of
Nani and his
reason.
mom. He's doing it again. You can hear it from the well.
Yeah.
Um.
Interesting.
In addition, the mixer is really just a very like boring mixer. I think.
Oh wow.
So there, that was a counterclaim to Austin's argument.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
It's very boring. It's gray.
Yeah,
and
it's just only got like 4 like thing like.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what if we wanted to have many guests at
Mhm.
once? What would we do? Well, yeah, but I said like, what if we had? Oh, what if we had 6 guests, Hunter? He's silently showing me these things. Oh, that's 2.
I think you can connect multiple mixers.
Well, either way, it's a pretty. I mean, this podcast sucks. So how?
Whoa.
I'm kidding. That came out of the. And it's all because of the mixer, honestly. Bluetooth connected. It's all because of the mixer. If the mixer audio sounds so garbled, you can't even tell who's who. That's a big problem. I like how this turned into why the mixer,
mixer
and
is
not
bad.
Hunter. All right, yeah, I think that I mean those are all pretty big points. I think the babies thing is the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can confirm what Luke said is true. I do.
Oh.
I do beat kids at the hockey game when we win, and when we lose. It doesn't really matter
Both
which
times.
one. I just like doing that. It's kind of fun. Anyways, let's go to the next one. Tables. Tables.
okay.
Austin is good. Oh wait, no. Okay, I guess we'll swap here. Austin is bad and Luke is good.
Okay.
Obviously, I have the easy ones.
Yeah, tables. Yeah, tables.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, okay, without tables, this podcast would not exist.
Right.
Because, I mean, what are we going to do it on the gross dirty floor? Of course not. Yeah, so tables are like, whoever invented them had a clear purpose in mind and definitely, executed flawlessly. I mean, it's so simple. It's one of those things that it's so simple, but it's so effective. It's just a flat surface that you can put things on. People use them in schools, in other places. Like, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that tables really have any flaws in their design, no matter what way you slice it. Anything that's like bad about them is all, I think, like user error. You know what I mean? I know. I mean, just like think of how many appliances you buy that have like instruction booklets and big things to learn how to use them. Table, it's just like you plop it down, put stuff on it.
Yeah.
Oh, easy as pie. Without tables, I probably wouldn't be Willy Wonka because my director sat behind a table when they were at my audition. So there you go.
Then he would have to stand, and he probably would be in a worse mood.
Yes.
And then you probably wouldn't have gotten the role.
Exactly, be annoyed having to stand. The Knights of the Round Table. Table. Keyword table. I'm trying to think of more
At
famous.
the final supper, they ate at the table.
The Last Supper.
The Last Supper.
The final
You
supper.
can tell that I go to church every
They ate
Sunday.
at the final table.
Yes.
That was actually a fun fact. That was the first table.
The first
No, I'm
table.
kidding. I don't know that, but it was a hero among tables. Yeah, and tables have a movie coming out soon. I'm looking forward to.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's been delayed. It's been like delayed for like years. It keeps getting delayed, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're talking about releasing it alongside something big like GTA 6 or Silk Song or something like that.
Very
So.
highly interested.
Yeah, so that's it. That's my little spiel about tables. I hope
Okay.
that you find it interesting.
Okay. Oh shoot! I gotta plug in my laptop.
Uh-oh.
Gotta plug in the laptop.
Play the
guys.
Ace Attorney music.
Yeah, plug in. That's crazy. It was almost at full charge when we started it. We're 24
Whoa.
minutes in. And it's already dying.
Hunter sent me 2 knife emojis.
I was sending them to Austin.
Oh.
Doing the good things. I was like,
Threatening me.
I'm gonna stab you if you don't say good
Nah, I'm gonna stab you. I see.
Okay, so tables. Tables are very bad
Why?
because
You always start yours like this.
because that's
That's how you know it's
true.
not going to go anywhere.
Tables are just very bad.
Okay.
Because why is it holding my stuff? I didn't say it could do that. It's holding stuff without my
You have to ask
permission.
for- yeah.
You know, and first off, let's talk about what tables are made out of. They're made out of wood. And where do
For
you
the
get
most part.
Where do you get wood?
Uh-oh.
Where
Wait,
do you-
this is a good point.
Where do you get wood? You get it from trees. Now, if we just used, you know, the floor, for example, that would be so much wood that we're saving. So much trees that we're saving.
So much
The-
trees.
The forests would be blooming. And
Do trees bloom?
I think so. I don't know.
Whatever.
So
They fold out.
yeah.
Depends on what kind of tree. Yes.
Okay.
Um,
That's not what's important.
so you know, for the trees' sake, and you know, just for you know, sometimes tables collapse and then your stuff could break. So it's like, how do I trust a table? How do I put
Austin.
my trust in?
Austin, the
Yes.
floor is wood.
Well, that's in a discussion for another day. Maybe floors are bad too.
Oh, okay. Wait, yeah, you know what?
They're also bad. But today we're talking about tables,
Mm-hmm.
and tables are made out of wood, and it's a waste, you know, just to put our precious items on, you know, that it holds without our permission.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean tables are very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we spill drinks on them all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm kidding. Alright, that was pretty good.
Mhm.
I gotta say the funniest thing about Austin's whole spiel about how tables are bad because they're made of wood is that this table isn't even made of wood.
I mean,
It
It's
looks
like fake wood.
It looks like wood, but it's not real wood.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so funny because he's like,
Mhm.
tables are made of wood, as we're not even using.
Well, that's
a wooden
another
table.
reason they're bad is it's tricking us into thinking it's wood.
Ah, yeah, true.
Yeah, manipulative.
Yeah.
That makes more sense
Also,
now.
I meant to say this in small talk. I've been playing Hollow Knight again lately. Just
Ooh,
Oh, really?
to get back. I know that they could hear that, but just to get back into the swing.
You've been doing what, Luke?
Playing Hollow Knight.
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
So I'm fully ready when Silk Song comes out, which might happen this month.
Mhm. This month is coming out.
It's, on the Steam page, it's categorized with all the other games that are coming out in April.
Oh. As soon as I get my PC too.
Interesting.
Interesting.
We
Okay,
shall
so
see. All right,
yeah. All
Hunter, announce the next character.
The next thing is the concept of time.
Okay,
We have Austin good and Luke bad.
gotcha. So who is the easier
I mean,
argument?
it's
here?
whatever you guys think the concept of time is. It just depends.
I can
right?
go first.
Okay, go first.
Um,
I went first last time.
Concept of time. So without time, nothing would exist. Nothing would progress. Nothing would happen. Time is the universe, and the universe is time. So you know, you could argue that there is no time and space because it's just a black void that just nothing really ever happens in, which is kind of freaky to think about. But the concept of time, you know, I'm trying to think of stuff here. So the concept of time, without time, we would not grow as people. We would not grow into stronger people. You know, if we were just born and then time ceased to exist and we were babies forever, that would kind of suck. So, you know, without time, we wouldn't know when to do anything. You know, how do I know that it's time to get up to go to school or to work or to do whatever I'm supposed to do? You wouldn't know. You know, sure it's dark outside, but maybe is it evening? You know, it's just getting dark, or is it dusk, or is it, you know, without time, how would we live at all? You know,
Man, these are all
clocks
good
would
points.
be useless. because
Yeah, why
time-
would we even make them?
Yeah, time would not exist, and then that's a whole market that's just gone. Clocks and like watches
Oh,
and
man.
stuff. Those material items that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
How are those big corporations gonna make more
How
money?
is Nintendo gonna make their alarm clock?
Yeah, yeah, true. So,
Yes.
yeah, not clocks. Time is very good, especially the concept of it. It's very
The concept
an
of-
interesting concept.
All right.
So,
All right. All right. How about me turn? Why time bad?
Yeah, why time
Yeah,
bad?
why time
why
bad?
the concept of time is bad?
Why it bad? Okay, so think about it like this, right?
Mhm.
You're having a great experience. Like you're hanging out with your friends. It's a really good
Yeah.
time. You know, it's just escalating. It's getting more and more fun as it goes on. But then your curfew happens and you have to leave.
Mm.
Without time,
Oh no.
we could have just, hung out forever. Without time, you would never really get, like, I mean, you get tired, but you wouldn't really have to, like, have to sleep always at nighttime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could have more freedom, which is something a lot of people really like for some reason. I'm kidding, not for some reason, but you time is in control of us, right?
Mhm.
We have no time is one of the things that we as humans have no control over. It's the ruler of everything, as they say in the song. And we don't like things we can't control, right? So if time was not there, then we would be more powerful as a species. I do believe. Without time, a lot more things would get done. I think because we wouldn't have to be meeting. Maybe that was the wrong thing to say. Without time, there would be no deadlines, and that's a good thing. I've gotten confused. I need to circle back.
Okay.
I need to. Time travel, right? Time is bad. It's easily manipulated.
Okay.
Time travel is just a thing.
Mhm.
If something's so amazing, why can it be so easily tricked?
Mhm. Yes.
And why is it so bad when someone someone goes back in time and does something like kill their grandfather? Just an example.
Mhm.
That's bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
I don't know. I just think that we should do away with time. Time, you can spend
know,
it when you spend it,
have-
then you're right.
have either of you guys watched, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
I that was one of those things where I didn't. It was like I watched it for like the first episodes, and then I was like, no more. Like I can't do it.
Yeah,
it was too like. Bleh, I didn't.
You didn't like it?
It was too gross. Like there was too much like I don't like body horror except for Saw. I think I don't know why, but like
I love Don't Hug Me. There's an episode though.
it's very
where
creative. The art is great and everything.
The clock guy sings to them about why time is good and bad, and it's very interesting. It's literally just that.
I should have watched that from my
It's
research.
like obviously time is kind of what kills you because it erodes
true.
your body erodes away, but at the same time, without time,
Yeah.
that's
Time,
my
you can spend
yeah,
it when you
that's-
spend
that's
it, then
about
you're
it.
running out of time. You
Yeah.
can save it, but the save it isn't. That's like one of our choir songs.
Yeah.
I added one other character. I thought this would be pretty cool.
The one I suggested. Is it on there? Okay. Okay,
Mm.
good. Just make
The next character we have on here is the Sun. Yeah, we have the Sun.
Yeah.
Austin is bad and
Okay.
Luke is good.
Gotcha.
Good one.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
It's the Sun.
No, I know. I meant to say who's good and who's bad.
Oh, you're good. He's bad.
It's the sun.
You know the thing in the sky that's the giant fireball.
That's
in the
it's
sky?
like I think it's
The sun?
the sitcom opening. It's the sun.
Yeah, yeah.
Da 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 da.
That's-
Okay.
That's our next character.
All right, who's gonna go first?
Whatever you guys think.
Whoever's good. So me.
Well, yeah, you're good.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
All right. So the sun. Okay, without the sun, right? So sun, the sun,
Yes,
sun.
the sun.
SUN, not SON.
Mm-hmm.
UV. UV or not UV. Vitamin D.
Yep.
Right. Something we all need to live.
Yes.
The only way to get it is through the sun.
Well,
There's supplements or whatever, but that wouldn't matter.
supplements out of this.
Does
I don't know,
Does
some people are
orange
very
juice
creative.
have vitamin D, or is that
Yes,
vitamin?
it does.
Yeah.
It's because it's yellow like the sun.
Sunny D.
Because of sunny
Right.
day out, I
Even
was
though
gonna say that.
Sunny D isn't really good for you, I don't think. But
Well, it's concentrated sun. It's the sun actually put into a drink.
oh, I see.
That's what. Yeah. So anyway,
Mm.
listen. Okay, so I can do it just two ways, but some people think that power designates when something's good. I don't really agree with that. But the sun is one of the most powerful things in our solar system. Probably the most powerful thing. We literally have to put a screen on ourselves, or not a screen, a sunscreen, a spray on ourselves to it's power. So clearly, the sun is very powerful. It gives us light. Without the sun, we wouldn't be able to see what we're doing. No one would be able to really do much because we couldn't really see anything. Everyone's like, "What about the moon?" But the moon is only bright because of the sun.
That's a good
If you
point.
really think about it, if you super duper 1 million billion % think about it.
The moonlight is the sunlight.
Yes. without the sun, we couldn't do this podcast. So this episode would be completely moot.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't exist actually without the sun.
Yeah, we wouldn't exist. I'm looking at Austin's computer here, and there's a lot of Red Dead Redemption, and almost all of them have the sun in it in one way or another. The other one has the moon.
Most of them are. Oh yeah, there's some sun action going on in there.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
The Dark Sun Gwendolyn.
Mm-hmm. That's a
just,
character from Dark Souls.
Another character. What? Oh, Praise the Sun.
Mm-hmm. Solaire.
I do that all the time. I've been doing that a lot
Yeah.
lately.
Just also been doing it at the hockey game.
Yeah. Hunter and I saw a guy standing up, and he was like, looked like he was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the sun's cool.
Mm-hmm. My turn? Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Is it my turn?
I think Luke's done.
Okay.
Yeah, Luke's done.
All done.
So why the sun is horrifically bad?
Horrifically.
So first off, let's talk about what the sun is actually doing. Okay, so the sun is capturing planets and forcing them to revolve around it for centuries.
So
and
egotistical.
not just that, but think about it. Obviously, we probably won't be alive to experience it unless we become like immortal or something. But the sun is letting our societies on these planets, specifically Earth, grow and get established and become awesome. You know, we're awesome, and we're going to keep getting more and more awesome. And then as soon as we're getting really awesome, the sun's going to explode and kill everybody.
Uh-oh.
So the sun captures planets and is like, all right, I'm going to provide you guys with nutrients you need and all that stuff, and then I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, we shouldn't have to put on weird chemicals to stop the sun from killing us.
Well, why should we question the sun? It is clearly above us, more powerful than us. It knows more than we do.
It isn't sentient, though. So I feel like sentient beings come first.
Maybe.
Anything.
How do we know the sun isn't sentient?
I don't know. Has anyone tried talking to it?
Let me just put on my tinfoil hat here
The
for a
sun's a
second.
character on our list, so therefore it has to be sentient.
True.
Well, are tables sentient though?
Yes.
I mean, whenever I hit a table, sometimes it says "ow."
Think about
Oh.
whenever you're reading a book and it's like the table I held my coffee. Like things that aren't human. except
Anyways,
for
the sun is bad because it's gonna kill all of us, and it doesn't care, and it's mean.
That is,
And it burns
and I
my
hate it.
skin when I go to the beach.
Yeah. Well, you got to put on that special screen.
Yeah, which also probably gives me cancer.
Oh.
So the sun sucks.
Yeah.
There we go.
But everything gives you cancer.
Bro didn't even bring up UV rays.
About everything gives you cancer, to be honest with you. The the next character, our second to last character,
Okay.
is Nintendo. We have Austin as good, and we have Luke as bad.
God, I'm the biggest Nintendo hater, and now I gotta preach their...
This is exactly why I did this, is
Okay.
because I know you hate Nintendo so much, and I know you love Nintendo.
I don't love Nintendo anymore.
No.
I feel pretty mixed.
Well, why not?
Well, I'll tell you.
I feel like you have the easier job. Just gonna say that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The writers cooked with this character, by the way. I think that Nintendo is bad because, I mean, they're the main point of controversy right now in the gaming community because of $80 games, which I've previously established I hate and think is terrible.
Yeah.
And don't listen to the last episode. I think that, yeah, and so I used to be a Nintendo gamer, especially last year. I was like Nintendo all the way. Anything they put out, I want to buy. I love Nintendo games. But I realized as I've grown up, matured, my brain's been developing a little bit, got smarter, that Nintendo games are soulless and severely lacking in quality compared to especially indie games such as Hollow Knight, Deltarune, other indie FromSoft games, which I mean, it just is like anywhere you go, that's like anything that's not a AAA game that you play will probably be better than most Nintendo games. There are a few exceptions, obviously, especially if you've been playing lately, but for the most part, Nintendo is. I just been looking at my Switch, like game catalog recently. Just been looking at it and been like, ugh. I don't want to play any of these Nintendo games.
Yeah.
I want to play my weird niche little games you can play on any console. Yeah, I'm pretty fed up with them.
Yeah.
I will not be buying a Switch 2 when it comes out. It's way too much money.
Mm.
Yes, the end.
Okay.
I probably will actually, but whatever.
Because my Switch is kind of like messed up. It's really bad right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, your turn, Austin.
So Nintendo's good.
Now you know how I feel with Umbridge.
Because
This is exactly how I felt with Umbridge.
they publish some good games. There's a new FromSoft game that's coming out. That's Nintendo, but I mean Nintendo didn't make it, so it's like they didn't really do anything.
What games do you love that was inspired by Nintendo games?
Was Hollow Knight inspired by Nintendo games?
Yes.
It was.
Metroid.
It is a Metroidvania. It's something that's in a genre inspired by. I guess it is inspired by the genre. Never mind. Okay, so Hollow Knight, one of it's not my favorite. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Is what I'm trying to say. So without Nintendo, I guess publishing Metroid, Hollow Knight wouldn't exist. But sacrifices sometimes have to be made for the greater good.
You're
of
supposed to be
humanity.
doing good, buddy.
Okay. So Nintendo is good because without them, a lot of jobs would be lost. They could probably pay their workers more instead of charging for, Anyways, Nintendo is great because there's lots of good games that they do publish some good games, like Mario Wonders, the most recent one I played. It was a great game. They let their developers kind of do what they want. They're doing some different stuff with Mario Kart. Yeah. So they're not like some companies that really try and force the hand of developers and rush them into doing stuff. It seems like people. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had another Mario Kart, so I feel like
that's a really good point.
I feel like they really let their developers, develop their games.
You found one thing you like about
One
Nintendo.
thing I like about Nintendo is that they're greedy, but they do make good games sometimes.
Most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, now you know how I felt with Umbridge.
Yeah.
When I just sit there and think, how was Umbridge good? There was nothing.
Umbridge is great, man.
How's that going, by the way? Have you been reading it lately?
I took a break, and it's been a while.
Yeah, I know.
I'm close to like the end of Phoenix, and it's it's
all these Phoenix related things. Phoenix Wright. Phoenix.
It's just my least favorite so far. It's so
Speaking of Phoenix
boring
Wright.
and just it's the largest book, obviously, but I'll get back into it eventually.
The largest book.
Yeah. So.
It is the largest book.
Of all
Our
time.
last character, Austin's old laptop.
Oh.
My old laptop. Wow.
Bad is Austin, and Luke is good.
Okay.
Right.
Who is he?
Is this with the character, right?
This is Austin's laptop.
Why
yeah.
did you do
Austin's
this to
old
me?
laptop.
It's one line that it's ever said.
Classic lines.
Who's going first?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, so listen to this. Austin's laptop was the star of a recent video game developed by the 3 Media Junkies.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Easy. It's because his story is so inspiring, right? Most laptops after they fall off of cars don't really make it a few more days.
Yeah.
But Austin's been in it for almost a year, I think, after that, right? Maybe even a little bit more?
Yeah.
Question mark? I can't
Yeah.
remember around then. But still, a very long time for a laptop to survive after being forcefully thrust from the roof of a automobile. It's obviously went through a lot to get us all these episodes, especially obviously our earlier episodes were all done through him, and
He's on life support, chunking these episodes.
yes,
out.
and he did it, and we're very very proud of him. He was taken too young, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, why my old laptop sucks? Well, first off, this is a low quality laptop. Wasn't that great for editing. Wasn't that great for really anything, except for getting thrown off of cars, which I think it did on purpose because it hated its life because it was such a low quality laptop. And
Wait, so that makes it bad that it hated its life?
Yeah,
Oh.
it does.
Well, Austin, what are you trying to say here?
I'm trying to say that the
Are you trying to say that people that don't like their lives are bad people?
laptops that don't hate their
Okay,
that hate
good.
their lives are bad.
I was gonna say.
This laptop tried to sabotage us. It knowingly knew we wouldn't be able to record our
Knowingly
podcast.
knew.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah,
That's a good one.
So it sucks because it tried to just end everything,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't do that. No,
It shouldn't do that.
it shouldn't do that.
That's bad.
That sucks.
Bad behavior.
Yeah. If you can't tell, I'm a little sheepish today.
Why are you? You've been sheepish all day.
Sheepish.
Why are you sheepish today?
Sheepish means tired, right?
How'd you become a sheep?
no, sheepish is like I'm a little bit like nervous and kind of like
Oh.
sheepish.
I thought it
How'd
was,
you
like,
become a
tired.
sheep though?
Maybe you're just really tired.
You don't look like a sheep to me.
Bye.
An excellent point.
Yeah.
I take that back. He obviously sounds like one.
Yeah.
All right, that was a good moral compass.
Sing us a song goodnight, Luke.
Yes. La da da, la da da.
This is my mic and it's been in my bag.
The audience probably hated that.
Yeah, and I hated it too.
Oh.
Ew, I got loop germs on my mic.
Future Austin is gonna have his hands full with this episode.
Future
true?
Austin.
This
Yeah.
episode is gonna be like the worst for him to have to edit.
Yeah.
So
It's not gonna be happy.
I think we're you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Prayers to Future Austin.
Yeah,
Mhm.
send your prayers to Future
Pray
Austin.
to the Lord and Savior. All right.
Count us down.
I hope you guys enjoyed our
Oh, sorry, I kicked you.
our characters that we had.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty fun to talk about. So especially the Table. Table's my favorite character. I think we've talked about tonight. Maybe the Sun as well, but Table was my favorite. Well, let's get ready to go, guys.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Peace out, media junkies.